This next song I wrote about a trip that I took with my wife way back before we were married. We jumped on a motorcycle and headed out to Colorado just to get away from it all. It's a great memory, and she said at the time, you know, if we make it through this, if we survive this, we're going to be able to last through anything. So that's kind of the hook in the song there. It's called Canyon City.
Okay, just pay attention.
Beauty, serenity, and grace. Or maybe we were running from the prairie that kept blowing dust in our face. Either way, we knew we had to fly. We were drowning in the blue stem and the mud. We were chasing that Rocky Mountain high, and we get there any way that we could. It was a black Honda shadow. Straight pipes roared like thunder. We were riding fast enough to outrun the clouds we were under. Two up on that shadow. Little gas in the bucket chain. We pointed that bike toward the west and burned across the plain. And as the Rockies rose before us, our spirits rose up like a phoenix. And when that Kansas clay gets in your soul, there's just one way to clean it. You said if we survive that ride, we'd last through anything. Well, it's 20 years later and you're right there next to me. Today I no longer have that shadow. I sold it to some guy I didn't know. And some things in life we just outgrow. When we got kids and jobs and shit, you know. But sometimes I think back in time, jet black paint and shiny chrome. And I think about the thousands of miles we traveled before we realized we were home. We thought we knew our destination, but the highway had in mind another fate. And as we came up on that crossroad, we hit the gas and kept on going straight. And I don't know where the other roads would take us. I went to the left, to the right, but I've got memories of an old black Honda shadow. And I've got you with me tonight. It was a black Honda shadow. Those old straight pipes roared like thunder. We were riding fast enough to outrun the clouds we thunder. Two up on that shadow. Little gas in the bucket chain. We pointed that bike toward the west and burned across the plain. And as the Rockies rose before us, our spirits rose up like a phoenix. When that Kansas clay gets in your soul, there's just one way to clean it. You said if we survive that ride, we'd last through anything. Well, it's 20 years